So I was thinking about this the other day. Lifting and investing are the exact same thing. Not literally like squats and stocks, but I mean the mindset, the progression, the consistency, and the time. It's all the same blueprint. Most people mess up both for the same reasons too. They want quick results, they want to hack, they want to skip the work, skip the boring part, and go straight to the rewards, or they get too sexy and complicated with both. But lifting taught me that rewards don't come unless you earn them slowly and you keep it simple. You don't hit 225 on bench overnight, you don't build a physique in 2 weeks, and you definitely don't get rich off of one investment unless you just got lucky and timed something right. And overall, luck is not a strategy. When I first started lifting, I was obsessed with doing it right. I'd watch 10 different YouTubers, I'd switch programs constantly, I'd get frustrated when I didn't look shredded after 3 weeks of what I would call hard work. But now I look back and realize I wasn't consistent, I wasn't patient, I wasn't even sticking to one thing long enough to let it work. It's the same thing I see people do with investing. They jump into a stock, panic sell, buy into some altcoin, check the prices 12 times a day, sell when it drops 10%, and then repeat the cycle. They're basically program hopping with their money. And what lifting taught me, and I didn't get this until way later, is that it doesn't matter how optimal your program is if you don't stick with it. Like, I could have some mid-tier push-pull legs program, but if I run that for a full year with real effort and smart progression, I'll destroy the guy who's been jumping between fancy workouts with no plan. Same thing with investing. I don't have time. I don't have to time the market. I don't need to find the next hot stock or some niche investing strategy. I just need to pick an approach that makes sense, stay consistent, and let it compound. That's it. For me personally, that looks like stacking money in the S&P 500 and the Nasdaq, maxing my Roth IRA, and just not touching it. I don't care if the price is going up or down today. I don't care what CNBC is saying, just like I don't care if I have a bad workout or if I'm sore or tired. I just show up, I train, and I stay on the path. Well, obviously, if I'm sore or tired, that's kind of like a different thing when it comes to lifting. There's a little bit more nuance to that, or maybe you should take a rest day and everything, but you kind of get the point. But there's this quote that says most people overestimate what they can do in a day and underestimate what they can do in a year. And overall, that hits hard with both training and investing. Like in one day, you're not going to move the needle much. One workout doesn't make you ripped. One investment doesn't make you rich. But over a year, you'll look back and you barely recognize who you were 12 months ago. That's compounding, and that's consistency. And here's another thing. Lifting also taught me how to deal with setbacks. I've had injuries. I've had weeks where my sleep was trash and I couldn't recover. I've hit plateaus where my numbers didn't move for months. That used to freak me out. Now I get it. It's part of the game, and it's the same thing with investing. The market dips, doesn't matter. Something tanks 20%, that's normal. Zoom out. Over the long run, it's going to come back. What matters is, are you still showing up? Are you still progressing over the long haul? Are you still going and doing the work when it's not exciting? Because honestly, most people only do the work when it's exciting. When their portfolio's up, they're hyped. When they're maxing PRs in the gym, they're consistent. But when it gets boring or when results slow down, that's when a lot of people quit. And that's where all the progress happens, in the boring, consistent, unsexy middle zone. So yeah, lifting taught me patience, and it taught me to zoom out. It taught me how to stay the course, how to track progress over time, how to think long term, and how to get obsessed with the process instead of the results. And once I started applying that same thinking into my money, everything got way less stressful. I don't FOMO into investments anymore. I don't get shaken up when my portfolio dips. And I know what I'm building towards, and I know it's going to take time. Same way I know my training is going to take time. That's the mindset I'm pretty much locked into now. Long-term growth in everything. Anyway, if you're trying to build your body, your money, or honestly just your discipline, stop looking for hacks. Stop bouncing between plans. Pick a simple strategy that works and commit to it. Track your progress, review it, and adjust when needed, but stay on the path. That's what I'm doing, and that's what's working for me. And overall, I'll keep showing up, lifting, stacking, building, going to my classes and everything as I'm pursuing my doctorate in physical therapy. It all adds up. If you're on the same wave, go ahead and subscribe. I'm not here to sell you a course or act like I've got it all figured out. I'm just documenting the process and sharing what's worked for me and staying consistent. So I'll see you guys in the next one.